The popularity of farmers markets has exploded over the past decade. And why not? It's a win-win for everyone involved. You get to support the local economy, have fun while you shop, and the variety of foods available is almost dizzying. Of course, the food you get is also fresh and nutritious, so that's a huge bonus. One of the challenges is knowing what to do with all of that great fresh produce once you get home. Luckily, we've got you covered. I'm Charity Nebbe. On this special episode of Iowa Ingredient, we'll celebrate the fresh flavors of farmers markets. Two of our favorite chefs, Katie Meyer from Trumpet Blossom Cafe in Iowa City and Chef David Barusio from Baru 66 in the Des Moines area, will share some tips and recipes to help you get the most out of your market fresh foods. That's fantastic. All that and more coming up next on a special farmers market edition of Iowa Ingredient.
Funding for Iowa Ingredient is provided by the W.T. and Edna M. Dahl Trust, Chef Lisa Laval of Trellis Cafe and the River Center, and Chef Michael Laval of the Des Moines Embassy Club. For more than 100 years, the Des Moines Embassy Club has provided a place to dine, celebrate, and do business, located in downtown Des Moines and in West Des Moines. And the Friends of Iowa Public Television Foundation.
The food in these stalls is as fresh as it gets. In the space of just a few hours, this kohlrabi can go from the farmer's field to your plate. An added bonus is the sheer variety. From heirloom to organic, from currants to fennel, there's a stunning array of what we can grow in Iowa. And who knows, with a little bit of exploration, a new vegetable might just challenge your culinary creativity and become a new favorite. And now one of our very favorite chefs is back again, Chef Katie Meyer of the Trumpet Blossom Cafe in Iowa City, and fresh from the farmer's market.
Yeah.
We have some wonderful goodies here, and I love that I see kohlrabi there. I know that's for later, but kohlrabi is one of those things, the first time somebody gets a CSA share,
Sure.
they think, what do I do with this?
What
so
is this?
We'll
and
find
what
out.
What do I do with it? Yes.
But what are we going to start with?
So we're going to make some quinoa really quick. So we're making it now, but this is kind of a thing where if you had some leftovers in the fridge or another grain, if you had barley or rice or something like that, you know, this is a really versatile recipe, but we're just going to use quinoa. So we'll get it going here. If you want to put the quinoa and the water in and put it on high and give it a little stir.
All right, I can do that.
We're just going to bring it to a boil and then cover it and turn it down to low, and it'll go for about 15 minutes.
While that gets up to a boil, we have another plan, right?
We do.
We are gonna make a cocktail.
And it is afternoon, I will mention. So we are gonna make what we call the Drunk Gardener. It was named by a former manager of mine, Jamie, so I promised that I would give her a shout out because it's a great name. And it uses cherry tomatoes and then herbs, and it's kind of like a martini with some special additions. So we have cherry tomatoes that are halved and a nice generous pinch of sea salt. And we're just gonna muddle these. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of gin, an ounce of dry vermouth. And then we're gonna do some Saint Germain, which is liqueur. So just adds a little extra flavor. So that was just 1/2 ounce of that. And then we're gonna put some ice in here. And then we're gonna shake it up. All my bartenders are gonna laugh at me because I never do this. So.
think you're doing great. Good technique.
They do it much faster.
Right.
All right, so that is all mixed. All right. Maybe a little bit more. Okay.
Wonderful.
And now we can garnish. I think a little basil would be nice, just right in there, so you can kind of get the aroma when you take a drink. Do you want a little thyme?
Sure.
All right, we all need
rosemary,
more thyme, right?
We all do.
Yeah. All right, so the drunk gardener.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. All right, we spread the quinoa out so it would cool faster. Of course, you can take your time if you've got the time.
Right.
And we're gonna put this salad together.
Yeah, so we are making an incredibly simple dressing. We are just gonna use some toasted sesame oil and some rice vinegar. And just a little salt and pepper. So now we'll move on to the veggies. So of course we have our star from the farmer's market, our kohlrabi. These leaves I've washed because we're gonna include those as well. What I'm gonna do here is take the top and the bottom off and expose the flesh. And then I'm gonna peel it all around the edge. The skin is pretty tough, but then as soon as you hit the flesh, you can tell it's really nice and soft and delicate.
And this is a white kohlrabi, but purple kohlrabi.
Yeah, there
does
are
it taste
purple ones.
pretty? Can you use it the same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We'll chop up some of these greens too. But we are doing these really nice and thin because it can be a little cumbersome if we had like big chunks of raw greens that we were trying to chew.
Right, right. A little difficult to get through. Can I taste
Yes.
a little bit of that
Oh,
too?
definitely. So a lot like cabbage, I'd say, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And then here we have some radish. Some of our salad turnips. So these are not gonna have the same intensity as the big like turnips that you see in the fall. These are nice and tender. They're a little bit different variety. So we'll just do a tiny bit of salt and pepper on these, and then we'll toss them with that dressing that we made.
All right.
Then we're gonna add the quinoa.
All right.
Okay, and then, so what we'll do is we'll put just maybe a little bit more of the oil and the vinegar and salt and pepper on top here. Okay, and we're gonna toss it all around. And we can give it a taste. And I also brought some toasted sesame seeds for garnish. All right. Give
That
it a
is
try.
lovely, yeah.
Thank you. Make sure to get a kohlrabi.
Okay, I promise. And a little radish. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice sliced salad. You could take that for lunch.
Yeah, you know what we didn't do?
Oh, garnish.
That's all right.
Even better. That's terrific.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great.
All right, now we're gonna use some more different produce from the farmer's market. What are we
Yes.
gonna do now?
So we are using sprouts, and we are going to use them in possibly an unconventional way. So sprouts are often used as a garnish or a nice crunchy fresh addition to a rich dish. But we are going to make pesto. Half of these are snow pea shoots, and then we have a mix of daikon radish and sunflower sprouts, and then some more snow pea shoots in that mix. And then we're gonna use some toasted walnuts and sunflower seeds, and we also have some olive oil and lemon juice and salt and pepper. So we're gonna start with everything except the sprouts, and then we'll blend it, and then we'll add the sprouts and blend those at the end so that they don't, if we blended them too long, they might get a little watery or break down a little bit more than we want. So lemon juice, lots of nice extra virgin olive oil, sunflower seeds, walnuts, and then salt and pepper. And then we're gonna add the sprouts to the paste.
Terrific.
Okay, and then we'll add our sprouts. We're gonna make a little grilled cheese and put it in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is just some whole wheat bread and some butter. And then I brought some tofu cheese that we make at the restaurant. And then we'll put a little more cheese on here and then a nice bit of the pesto.
All right.
So, you know, a nice fresh tomato slice would be good in here
Yeah.
too, but they're not quite ready yet. So I like to wait for my Iowa tomatoes from the earth.
It's hard to wait.
It is hard to wait.
And of course, you could use any kind of cheese that
Any kind
works
of cheese
for you.
you want,
Okay.
yeah. And this cheese is kind of similar to cream cheese, which I think is really good in a grilled cheese.
All right, that is done.
That looks great.
Wonderful. Nice. Toasty.
Yes. Okay. And do you like triangles or
I'm
squares?
all about triangles.
Okay, me too. That's my go-to
Ever
sandwich
since
shape.
childhood.
I'll make us little triangles.
Okay.
So just be careful. It's gonna be warm. Here.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, it looks wonderful. It smells wonderful. That is really nice. I
Yeah.
mean, that pesto could go on any kind of sandwich.
It's true.
That's really lovely. And it's, I mean, it is a delicate flavor. Not overpowering, but I could easily eat a whole sandwich. That's
Excellent.
really nice. A very fresh, lovely taste.
Thank you.
Oh, Chef Katie, thank you so
yeah,
much.
it's my pleasure.
One of my favorite things about farmers markets is that they really help us keep in touch with the changing seasons. Asparagus welcomes us to spring, a ripe butternut squash signals the start of the fall harvest. Whether it's a sun-ripened tomato or a refreshingly crisp cucumber, when food is in season, we can really see the bounty that our state can provide. And for every one of those seasonal staples, you can bet that there are recipes and ideas out there that can help you get the most out of your food. And now we are here in the studio kitchen with one of our favorite chefs, Chef David Borusio, Des Moines restaurateur. And we're back from the farmer's market.
Yep.
And we're going to start off with a drink.
I think so. It's always good to start with a lovely drink before we start cooking.
All right, what are we gonna make?
So we're gonna make an avocado lada.
All right, so like a pina colada.
Like a pina colada
an
with avocado.
Fabulous, let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Nice ripe avocado, and a little bit of fresh lime. Just a touch of salt. And then we're gonna mud all that. There we go. We're gonna take some white rum here. So for the rum quantity, I recommend, you know, two shots for 2 martini.
We have more cooking to do, so we've got to keep it.
Yes, we gotta keep it straight. So we'll mix all that. Now I'm gonna add my pineapple juice, my coconut, so the ice is very important because you wanna have this drink like really ice cold and shaked.
All right,
Then fresh mint
lovely.
from the farmer's market this morning. There you go. Do you want to do the shaking?
If you trust me.
I trust you.
All right,
Hold it straight.
right.
There you go.
okay. And how long do I shake it? Long time.
Very long.
You tell me when to stop, all right?
A little more. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And now we're gonna just pour it.
Oh, beautiful. And it smells wonderful.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
Great pastel color, you know,
Yeah, and an unusual color.
an unusual
You
color.
don't see a lot of green
And it's
drinks.
healthy. It's like a health shake, yeah, with some alcohol. So,
Right. Let's give it a try.
absolutely.
All right. It's delicious. That's wonderful.
And fresh and
Yeah.
great color, very summery.
All right, we're off to a terrific start.
Here we go.
All right, we've got our cocktail out of the way, and
right.
we came home from the farmer's market with so much bounty, with
We did.
tomatoes and peppers and green onions,
Zucchinis, arugula,
honey and goat,
goat cheese. Oh my word.
Lots of great stuff.
Fresh basil.
Wonderful. So I know a lot of us, when we get home from the farmer's market, we're a little tired.
We are. So we're gonna do a couple dishes here. We're gonna do number one. We're gonna do a roasted bell pepper with some Iowa goat cheese, Iowa honey. So while we prepare that, because I'm a little hungry, we're gonna make a pita with some zucchini hummus. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on top, just a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna put some salt. And we're gonna roast that in the oven for about 30 minutes at 375 degrees.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Let's start on our little pita snack. So I got some fresh shallots here that we picked up this morning. I love to use shallots more than onions because it's got a deeper flavor. And I got some beautiful garlic here also. I have zucchinis.
Easy to come by and inexpensive.
Correct.
So
Voila. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in my pan here. Always use olive oil for this kind of thing. I want to stay away from any kind of butter. There we go.
fabulous.
We're gonna saute that very gently.
All right.
A little bit of salt in the beginning. There we go. And a touch of pepper.
All right.
Voila. So it's a fast dish. It's elegant. It's easy. And it's also very healthy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you shake it around.
There you go. So for toasting the pita, people use an oven. I like to use just a non-stick pan just to heat it up a little bit.
Okay.
Like a kind of flat top snack style.
Just to soften it?
Yeah, just to soften it and make it a little bit warm and also kind of have it, give it a little color. No fat, nothing, just low heat, non-stick pan. So our vegetables are now ready.
All right.
So our pita is nicely toasted, so let's proceed with the
Perfect.
plating.
All right.
Beautiful, thank you. So for the plating, all we do, we take our pita over here, we place it nicely in a plate, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll take some of the hummus, whichever you like. So here I have a paprika hummus with a little bit of olive oil and roasted red pepper. Mm-hmm. Let's smear that right on here. It's like making a cake, like frosting a cake a little bit. So then we'll take some of the vegetables.
All right.
And sprinkle them. A little bit of green onion. Fresh tomato. Just like this. Voila. I love basil, so
Yes.
how about a little bit of basil
Great
also? We
idea.
have it.
Can't get fresher than that.
Nope.
Smell is so
Oh
delightful.
yeah, it's like a walk in the garden.
Yeah.
And here I have some fresh radish. Might as well use them too. Some fresh Kalamata olives, so that will be nice also. I'll just slice them a little bit. Touch of pepper to finish.
Perfect.
Voila.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's
All
try
right.
it.
Let's dig in. And you'd slice it like
Yeah,
a...
you slice it, or you can make a sandwich out of it. But let's slice it.
All right.
It's a very fresh, healthy snack. I call it healthy fast food.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Wonderful. Oh, that's delicious. Chef David, what a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
That's
Bon
fantastic.
appetit.
Yes. The peppers look perfect.
Oh yeah, they're perfect.
All right.
There you go.
And we know they're perfect because the skin is pulling away.
The skin is pulling away. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna cool them down a little bit. So now we'll move to making our goat cheese mousse.
All right, wonderful. I've never made a goat cheese mousse before.
There you go. So what you need is some fresh goat cheese, not ripened, just fresh and tender. There you go. So a little bit of Iowa honey.
Wonderful.
Bring a
Goat
little bit of
cheese and honey
sweetness.
go so well
Beautiful.
together.
Yes, I love honey. Salt and pepper. Fresh cracked walnuts, or you can buy them already pre-cracked, pre-shelved. Spring onion, green spring onion, and all we do now, we just like
Mash it all together.
Mash it all together
Wonderful.
until you get kind of a paste, nearly like a dough. And we go back to our roasted pepper here,
Nice and cold now.
nice and cold. And we're gonna peel them,
All right, and the skin should basically slip off, right?
slip off. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna take some of the pepper and we're gonna make a little coulis out of it.
All right.
So let's take the biggest one, perfect. There you go. So for the coulis, just a little bit of salt and pepper, and you remember our cooking oil from the dish.
Yes.
So we're gonna add this in there as our emulsion. So this is gonna keep it together.
Nice, and just some nice toasty flavors in
Toasty
there.
flavor, yes. And then we just mix. So what we're gonna do, little rolls out of it. A little piece of goat cheese. There you go. So with a spoon, I'm gonna delicately take some of the goat cheese here. Yes. And I place it in the pepper. And like I said, this dish can be made in advance in the fridge with a little bit of olive oil on it, and it'll be just wonderful. I'm gonna roll them up just like this, like little tiny little rolls.
Nice.
Now we're gonna work on the plating.
All right.
So nice color.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Just like this. Yeah. We'll garnish it a little bit. So I like to put, just a little bit of fresh tomato in it because it is kind of a salad, A little bit of olive again. I'll sprinkle with a little bit of fresh chopped basil again. A little bit of fresh arugula, just to give it a little bit of volume. Voila.
Wonderful.
Shall we taste it?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh, all these flavors work so well together. The pepper, which is mild, with the goat
And the
cheese,
goat
which
cheese.
is, it's pretty mild, but that always has a little bit of a pungent kick to it. This is just wonderful. I need to eat like this every day.
I'm around.
All right.
Thank you.
Chef David, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
That's it for this special Farmers Market edition of Iowa Ingredient. Thank you for taking the time to explore Iowa's fresh harvest with us. I'm Charity Nebbe. See you next time for another nutritious episode of Iowa Ingredient. Keep in mind that circumstances are always changing, so please take a moment to check ahead if you're planning to visit a restaurant, farm, or event featured on the show.
Funding for Iowa Ingredient is provided by the W.T. and Edna M. Dahl Trust, Chef Lisa Laval of Trellis Cafe and the River Center, and Chef Michael Laval of the Des Moines Embassy Club. For more than 100 years, the Des Moines Embassy Club has provided a place to dine, celebrate, and do business, located in downtown Des Moines and in West Des Moines. And the Friends of Iowa Public Television Foundation.